It's time for a little heresy. Spiky Bits. Welcome back, Hobby Maniacs. I'm Rob Bear from SpikyBits.com, and in this video, I'm going to show you some great bits for Marines out there from Kromlech. They sent over their latest and greatest that are perfect for whatever size Marines you might have out there, Heresy or Primaris. So here is their website. It's bitsofwar.com. You can go to kromlech.com, but that's just kind of news. If you want to actually go to their store, air quotes, you're going to go to Bits of War. And what's really cool is, unfortunately, if my stupid face wasn't covering up here in the cart section, you can see where, right above my head here, you can convert to your local currency. So you don't get raked over the coals for the, privilege of paying in your local currency. So you can't see that it's got drop down, but it's got Australian, Canadian dollars, euro, pound, and I don't know how to say it, but I believe this is the currency of Poland here. So, which is of course where they're at. So that makes sense. So lots of cool options there, and there is options for free shipping on orders over 150 euros. Now, the euro right now I think is about $1.05. So for every $1.05, you get €1. So we're just a little barely below par with the euro over there. So, you just kind of figure, hey, get close to 150 bucks. It's probably over 150 euros. So you're probably going to get free shipping. And when you take a look at some of the prices of these new bits that we're talking about here, and there's a ton of stuff. They got all these new acrylics. They got some Eldari sort of stuff. They call them Sindari. The Harvesters team here, and we have some of these in-house, and I think they're great looking. Maybe we'll make a video about them, or maybe that will come out first. I don't know. Things get a little weird around here. I just press the buttons and talk till I get tired, I guess. But this site, this is what's new right now, and you can see, the upgrade packs. The Thunder Shields, as they're calling them, are $10.43 for 3 shields. Now that's going to go in the left hand, so it's perfect if you want to make like Blade Guard or something like that. And the cool thing about about accessories and bits and things is, for the most part, they size up well with standard, Space Marines or any of the stuff that you buy on the site here. Firstborn, Primaris, they're all pretty much the same scale. The only thing that really changed was kind of like the bodies and the torso. So all the shoulder pads, the heads, the bits and everything, they all kind of work together. Now granted, these shields would look a lot bigger on Firstborns, of course, which would look really cool as like, they're not quite breacher shields, obviously, but there are some breacher shield options in here as well. I think they're specifically designed for Firstborn, which would look great, if you're trying to convert them for Heresy and stuff. Because as of right now, we don't know what the plastic options are for Heresy. And of course, with the way things are going over on Forge World, it's really hard to predict what's even going to be still in stock or even available, or who knows. So if you're looking at bits, this is generally my first stop for some upgrade bits. And of course, you can see everything over here on the left. They have it designated not only by the grouping, but also if you're looking for like what kind of bits you're looking for specifically, which I think is a really smart way to kind of lay out a website. So that being said, you can add to cart. It only takes roughly 15 blister packs to get that $150 free shipping mark. So it's pretty, and that's assuming you don't get any accessories or any of the new bases or any of the stuff they got on here. And they have MDF bases too, which is a really low cost kind of price to just kind of base your stuff in general. So kind of keep that in mind when you're looking for, hey, I need bases, hey, I need bits. You can make whole models out of this stuff, which we're going to show you, but it will get pricey. Like, I won't lie to you, because between backpacks and these torsos and then shoulder pads and then a set of heads, and we haven't even touched on the weapons, which the weapons, the guns are you're probably gonna want that primary scale, right? It's gonna be, if not equal to or more than Games Workshop plastics. So I definitely recommend, hey, if you want something to look a certain way, this is the way to go, but you are going to have to pay a little bit more for it. But if you're just like, yo, I got all these extra arms and all these extra things, well, let me just get some of these torsos and some of these shoulder pads over here, and then I can make a whole nother set of Marines with the plastic I've already got. That's what this stuff is for. And I think it's really easy to find this stuff in stores. It's all set up for, to put on the shelf as a retail store owner. If you're you're a retail store owner and you're looking for, hey, I want some stuff that's between 10, even $5 to $20, that quickie grab stuff, these come pre-packaged, ready to go, which I'll show you in a minute. And it's great to stock because everyone walks into a game store with 10 to 20 bucks in their pockets, right? So I think it's a win-win for the consumer, it's a win-win for the retailer, and obviously it's a win for Kromlech too. Now, like I was saying, this is how these blister packs come. You can put a staple in here if you're worried about people kind of opening them up, but I feel like if you're, a pretty good game store owner, you're already gonna have a way to keep an eye on these. They are kind of sealed shut with this sticker. I feel like there's a staple there anyways. There is a staple there between the stickers, so it looks like they already kind of thought of that. So it's stapled, there's a sticker over it and a UPC right there, so you can scan those and boot those things into your point of sale, and these are only like 10 bucks like I was saying. So it's great to have on the shelves and have people kind of thumb through and look for specific, and there's a lot of generic ones. Now this is the most recent releases, so there's some really cool, I like these studded shoulder pads. They got like I got some. Oh, so those are studs, and I've got some over here where they're spikes, which is really neat. So we got some shoulder pads. Of course, we showed you all the shields and stuff that came out, but let's zoom in and take a closer look at them. So here's a close-up of the detail once we get the packages open. This is the spiky ones. I like these ones. The other ones are studded, but they're gonna work with whatever size Marine you might have. Like I said, they're gonna work on the Primaris. So the primaries right here, you can tell they'll go right over that. GW actually designed their plastics to use Firstborn and Primaris side, or just the same pads on Firstborn and Primaris. Well, because they didn't want to redo all their bits line at the time. But so when it comes to the Kromlech bits, they're going to work as well on both bigger and smaller. Now, some of the stuff was designed, like I said, their breaching shields are probably going to be Firstborn size. But these Thunder shields, like this is, who are these? These are the Crusaders, I believe, Imperial Crusaders. So these will work great for, like Templars or something like that. And like I said, they're all the left hands. So you can use them easily as blade guards. Well, I mean, left is usually what you want anyways on that. So really cool design, and it comes with 3 generic arms right here. So you can kind of attach those. So these are always going to be the same depending, and then they got the sanguine. Obviously, we know what you could use that for if you were so inclined, but those are pretty cool and very ornate and, well, I guess not as Baroque, but masterfully crafted, I suppose. And these are the Omega Legion, I think. Is this the new Omega? I mixed up all my blister packs, opening them up. Omega Legion Thunder Shields, that's what they are. So those are really cool. And I like the more kind of squared off and, traditional, like more form over function. And these ones here are really cool too. I think these are the Dragonborn. So very, very neat, and they all come with that. And then here's some of the Omega heads. So very cool, looking like something straight out of the Troy movie, right? Which I think is kind of the idea, pretty much. So those are all the kind of the newer type stuff. Oh, these aren't the Dragon Thunder. These are the Dragon Thunder shields. I didn't grab those, but those look pretty cool. I like those. I have no idea who's Omega Prime, Omega Legion, Imperial Crusaders, Omega Legion, Seraphim. Oh, there's 2 Omega Legion. Imperial Crusaders, Omega Legion. I guess it was the Omega Legion. Either way, they look pretty cool. And then we got the Omega Legion bodies, which we're going to put a set of these together. And obviously, not to be outdone by the Tactical Rock, you have the Tactical Column. But I like these. These are obviously primary size, or primary, as they like to call them. But very, very well done. Nice, crisp resin design. I know it's hard to see with the light, but let's get it down here a little bit and see if we can zoom in. That's really hard to tell, but nice, crisp. There you can see where it gets a little dark. Nice, crisp edging and things like that. Very good looking up here. And there's a couple more, but we're going to show those to you here in a second. But yeah, you can see they have all that traditional Greco-Roman kind of styling, studs and things. Very, very cool stuff. So let's bash some of these together and see what we come up with. I turned down the exposure a little bit just to make this kind of pop and get you a good view. So this is using all of the Omega bits and the generic Thunder hammer bits that they have for sale. And like I said, this is going to be more expensive. It's going to be around 50 bucks ish for 5 dudes. So that's why, you know, it'll give you a cool look. Like if you're like, yo, I want 5 guys, I don't want them to look too fresh as possible. Yeah, that's a great idea. Or if you're like, hey, I have extra of these arms and things, or you know, for whatever reason, and you just need some torsos, then, you know, 20 bucks for torsos and boom, your kit. You know, you could just make some more duders, because it seems like the thing that's always limiting us as hobbyists making, you know, Space Warriors and such is the torsos and the legs. So having more of those is always kind of the way to go, right? But you can see that, you know, the backpacks, this is all the new Omega Legion stuff, the backpacks, the torsos, the pads, and of course their specific Thunderhammer or their specific storm shields look really good. So there's a pack of 3 of those, and this is what basically you're going to look at. So yeah, if you want 5, you're going to have to buy 2 sets, and then you're going to have to decide, well, do I, you know, how do I split it up? Which one do I want 2 of, or whatever, or, you know, figure out which guy you want to be your sergeant. But I think they all look great, and you can really get crazy with those kind of Troy looking helmets, you know, Greco-Roman style, of course, I guess is what we call it these days. And there's another one, another good look at that. And then these guys are just generic, you know, bolt pistol, because they have all those bits on their site. And also, if you're looking for, because I know they came out with some extra weapons that your Space Marine captains can take, you know, if you're on the Primaris hunt, they have those same bits packs if you're looking to kind of not have to buy that I guess he's $38 now, special character, and you kind of want to make something a la carte, or again, you have a bunch of plastics and you just need some specific weapons. Then you're probably going to want, there's a specific bits pack that has all of the accessory weapons here, like, you know, the Thunder Hammers and the chain swords and the things that he can take, which I think is a really great deal, and it's only like 12 bucks. So I definitely talk about that a lot. I think I mentioned it in the past, but this one's definitely my favorite because he's got a tactical column, and I don't know what is cooler than that. I mean, they just pretty much went up the whole tactical rock there. So these are actually for sale right now over on Kromlech Site. So you can definitely pick them up, or any of the, you know, other shields that look really cool for specific legions. Now, of course, there's already stuff out there too. These are just some of the newer ones. They're kind of filling in the blanks in their line, and then the Dragonborn ones that I didn't grab yet. So, and they all come with the generic arms there, so you can equip them on your Marines. And then when it comes to how they scale to existing Primaris out there, which is gonna look a little dark because I turned down the exposure. He's got some paint on him. You kind of get the idea there. So pretty much the same scale, and they will work in there just a little bit more ornate of the bits. But sometimes that's just right. So that is it for this one. Thank you for watching our unboxing and build of Kromlech's new Space Marine accessory bits and specific bits for the Omega Legion over here. And then you can definitely check out their site, Bits of War, not Kromlech, but if you do some Google searches, you'll definitely find it. There's so many bits over there, and you know, they're all around pretty much starting at the, you know, $5 and higher, but a lot of them are around $8 to $10 now. Some it's high, a little bit more for the Primaris stuff out there. So check it out today. It'll definitely help you get your conversions done. And if you're a retailer, there are ways to get this in distribution. And of course, the margins are pretty good, and they have UPCs too. So either way, look for Kromlech wherever fine things are sold, or bitsofwar.com. If you liked that video feature, consider supporting us over at patreon.com and get back in the mail each month a miniature crate full of some of the stuff we review here, as well as some of the top 3D artist designs out there too, to help support what they're doing. Plus, discount coupon codes from some of those same manufacturers. They're yours to keep, whether you cancel or stay on. It's totally up to you. Obviously, we want to keep you as happy as possible. So check it out over at patreon.com/spikybits.